Yeah, them butcher boys back at it.
Yes, sir.
North and Glitch. What's up, ladies?
She can get it all if she act right. She got everything, shorty packed tight. Savor all the flavors, you the last bite. And she like tall, what exact height?
Reaching new heights, we enjoying this new life. I had to book shorty like we've been taking a few flights up. But if the head right, I'll be there every night. Before the sun comes up, enjoy the last night. Shorty got me focused, like really what I'm supposed to do. Rolling up a leaf, like what you think I'm about to do. Glitch nigga, I get as high as the altitude. Bitch bad with good vibes, no attitude. On some G shit, I don't know what to say now. I might have a bae. Damn, crazy as that sounds. But the not as shorty as you. Shorty real thick, that ass jiggle with every move. And I can only think about smacking it. I'm a fool. Laugh and joke a little, you know I'ma smoke a lot. A nigga try my shorty, I'ma turn it into Salem's Lot. Scary situation, now we got a situation. Cruising down the Ave and my view is breathtaking. Let them hating hoes hate, they can keep hating. Good trees in my bitch, enjoying vacation. Yeah.
She can get it all if she act right. She got everything, shorty packed tight. Savor all the flavors, you the last bite. And she like tall, what exact height?
Reaching new heights, we enjoying this new life. I had to book shorty like we've been taking a few flights up. But if the head right, I'll be there every night. Before the sun comes up, enjoy the last night.
Yeah, it's the night of your life, no need to debate. Package got delivered, just open the case. Shorty so anxious, she can't even wait. Limo downstairs, be ready by 8. Spine and massage, I reserved you a space. All good vibes like we burning on sage. For this one night, let's forget the day. Best chapter of your life, let me turn the page. Candlelight dinner, what is that like? Might just give you some if you act right. Put it in from the side like a flash drive. She been blowing me like a bagpipe. Couple shots of the Henny and something to blaze. Working hard like teens on minimum wage. We've been doing so long, we can do this for days. Body feel good, we just lay in the maze. She can get it all if she act right. She got everything, shorty packed tight. Savor all the flavors, you the last bite. And she like tall, what exact height?
Reaching new heights, we enjoying this new life. I had to book shorty like we've been taking a few flights up. But if the head right, I'll be there every night. Before the sun comes up, enjoy the last night.
Yeah. What up? You already know what it is. It's your Bredren, your brother, Virgil Berry, a.k.a. Stacks with the Facts, Jack. Shout out to my big homie, Sir Ism, man. Where Ism at, man? My brother, Sir Ism been at, man. You know? What's good with y'all, man? My man, XL Pro, what happening, man? Yeah, man, we here today. This beautiful Monday evening. What's good with y'all? How y'all doing today, man? You know, we all woke up earlier today. We've been awake ever since. And it's a beautiful thing, man. Uncle Diggity was good. The Most High breathed the breath and life in us once again today. And it's a beautiful thing, man. We already won. We already got the victory and the glory, man. Everything else is extra. You know? And tonight's discussion, man, you know, this is something that been on my mind lately, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy because I've been seeing a lot of people on social engineering post something similar to this sentiment or idea. And I gotta say, I can't agree more. OG, what happened, man? XL Pro in the building, always putting the demo up there. Listen, y'all already know what it is. OG in the building, Uncle Diggity in the building. My brethrens, my brothers, you know. We really need to leave this gender war shit in 2023 for real. And when I say lead the gender war shit, I'm talking about the whole ideology of this whole rigmarole and all this bullshit, man, right? At least us real ones anyway. You know what I'm talking about? Of course, there's always going to be topics and issues to discuss and address. But, you know, I really agree with a lot of people, you know what I'm talking about, on the sentiment of leaving this shit in 2023. Meaning, drop it, let it go. Which is going to be very difficult for a lot of people to do for a lot of reasons. One, a major one, is there is a whole economy around this issue, this genre, this topic, these societal tropes, if you would, regarding specifically and especially Black relationships between Black men and Black women. Because as everything else, we push the culture, you know. We make shit popping, we make shit lit, we make shit interesting and cool and hip. Nobody cares about what's going on between the relationships of other groups of people. We don't care. It's not fun. It's not interesting. You know what I'm talking about? Blade Marker, what's good, boy? Exactly, OG. My nigga Blade Marker said feminists owning male slaves is not equality. And OG said, I don't see a gender war. I see males with females a lot. This is another way to stop population growth. I agree. And it is. All right. Right. So tonight what we're going to do is we're going to discuss the pros and the cons, right, if any, on both sides of the so-called gender war, right? Smash that like button, click with the bell, subscribe to the page, man. Right? It's a whole economy around this, y'all. I'm pretty sure some of y'all is aware of it. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all maybe even profit from it, right? I don't particularly, because I like to keep the unintelligent artificial intelligence guessing. So I talk about a plethora of things over here on April Talk Podcast, right? And I do that for specific reasons. And this page isn't so much like one of them type pages. I'm so glad that I played my hand the way I did. And I didn't get involved in none of this stuff on YouTube because I'm not in no algorithms or nothing like that. So I gotta worry about that type shit. And even if I was, I probably wouldn't engage anyway because, I'm a thorough, solid dude from the turf for real. I don't deal with any type of fuckery. And I have an awesome discernment of character, right? Don't have to meet you in person to be able to know what type of person you is, right? Something that the Most High has blessed me with. You feel me? But I like to speak on such things because, for one, I see the significance and importance in talking about it when it's necessary to, right? But I also see where it's becoming oversaturated or has become oversaturated. I see the fallacy to the point. Shout out to my brother Red, man. Where they doing fake stuff now, like faking skits and all that bullshit, man. Like, it's when it starts to get to the point where it's parody, right? And people are just doing silly stuff, man. That's when it's a wrap, man. And I'm so glad I didn't engage or intervene or involve myself with the fuckery of all this back and forth, different spaces on YouTube mess. Right? Right? There's a reason why I fell back, man. Because I could have, whatever, right? Huh? Y'all don't talk about, man. Smash that like button, man.
Power on.
I just put a pre-recorded video out too.
Bluetooth connected.
Talking about the Bragg's apple cider vinegar and Bill Gates and all that. I'm doing a little bit more digging into that because I know it's a lot deeper pause than what we're being told. So, be on the lookout for that. But yeah, though, man. We got to put an end to this, man. Because it's to the point now where people are capitalizing off of the misery of others, right? It's like a whole economy around this. All right. Check this out.
I know life is hard for men. It's hard for women too. It's hard for all of us. Life is about living, problems pop up, figuring out what you got to do to make the problem go away, to get through it. You keep your eye on God, you keep your faith in God, He bring you through it. Why are you fighting each other? Why are we fighting each other? Devil is the enemy. I know life is hard for men. It's hard for women too.
Two things a woman can do for a man, make him or break him. You take into consideration how the black man has been berated by the white man. You understand me? He has always been made to feel he's below the next man. Now, black men are learning their part. They're beginning to feel like a man. They're getting their dignity and their pride back. So he needs a woman to keep on pushing him. What society has done just took our black men and destroyed their manhood. That's what they've done. They ain't abetted.
Black boy, tell me how you really feel. Because I just want to build with you. Black girl.
You have said.
A reason black men have not historically been in the home. There is a reason black women have historically struggled on their own to hold households together. Because we dealing with the after effects of that's been happening to us for centuries, we get to blaming each other like that. Am I saying that a man individually is not responsible for his children? No, my G, if you're not taking care of your kids and you got the ability and space to take care of your kids, you a loser, cuz. We not gonna act like prison is not taking our men away. We not gonna act like the hood not taking our men away. We not gonna act like the stress of being a provider, like, bro, men's life expectancy has dropped, the lowest in America, you feel me? And it's not me making excuses for, you feel me? I'm saying that when we talk about black people, when you talk about like Section 8 and shit like that, make sure you mention the housing crisis that affects majority black women, you feel me? If we gonna talk about black men not being in the home, let's make sure we talk about mass incarceration. Don't just sit up here and like hurl insults at each other. It's delicate, my G. These people tune into this. They gonna go home with these opinions in their mouths and beat up on other black people because we say up here, bruh. It's facts that have to do with this conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Out of all them niggas that be talking with these niggas, Trip is the only nigga who is lightweight any type of thorough. The rest of them niggas is fuck niggas, man. You know what I mean? And I know somebody might say, well, nah, man, you know. I respect everybody's opinion though, man, but I call shit like how I see it. You feel me? All right. But just because you a fuck nigga don't mean I can't rock with you or do business with you. You know, I done business with fuck niggas in the past. I know how to deal with you niggas. Right? But that was some real shit he just said though, man. You know? We gotta think when it comes to this whole present status and present day, situation with this so-called gender war, specifically and especially amongst so-called black people. It's nothing short of modern day divide and conquer, right? Now, don't get me wrong, we all have participated to some degree, to some extent, in the back and forth rigmarole, right? There comes a point, right? It comes a point where you have to say enough is enough, right? Enough is enough. You feel me? And why we say enough is enough? Look what we got going on. That's way more important, right? Look what we got going on, y'all. Now, I'm not one to tell somebody what they should or shouldn't be talking about. Freedom of speech. You can talk about whatever you want to talk about. What I will say is that when given a voice and an audience, people listen to you, follow you, like you, whatever the situation may be, it's a certain obligation and duty that you take on. And you owe the people, especially the people who listen to you, follow you, like you, take what you say serious. You owe it to them to inform them on what's actually happening, what actually matters. Right? And I'm not saying you got to be a social justice warrior. I'm not saying you got to gun rah, rah, rah. I'm just saying when it comes to important issues, it's your duty to at least address them, right? And make your audience privy to them at least, right? That's all, right? But we got so much important shit going on that we're being distracted from with this so-called gender war. Like the Chicago migrant crisis is about to definitely be on its way to my city, Columbus, Ohio, and other cities in the Midwest. States like Michigan, Missouri, Pennsylvania. Yeah, they coming to y'all city and states too, man. Right? So much stuff going on, man. You over here arguing about gender wars, and these people is feeding us meat made from cultured human cells. Basically feeding ourselves back to ourselves synthetically. Now, whether it's an actual born human or grown human, it's still recycled. It's still part of the Ouroboros agenda. Right? Just to put some things in perspective, that's all, man. The gender war needs to stop. Right? And it's been monetized because whenever you put money behind something, right, you make it more powerful than what it actually is. Meaning that if you give this money and you make it profitable to talk about these things, therefore exacerbating, promulgating, prolonging the incessant war, division, separation amongst specific groups of people, specifically or especially Black people, right? And due to this split, this rift, you are able to contribute without having to physically cause harm. Understand what I'm saying, y'all? Box cleverly with your words, and you can psychologically, ideologically based violence. It's funny how they make legislation for us to not do certain things while actually doing the things that they're making the legislation for us. See, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander in this situation. Think about that, y'all. While telling us that we are considered to be homegrown scarists and purveyors of ideologically based violence, they are also, in fact, homegrown scarists and hitting us with ideologically based violence. See, one of the main things that was discussed, right, in many, many texts, right, is when you want to assume power over a group of people, you have to accuse them of doing what you're doing. So this separation and division, man, it needs to stop, because in the process, babies aren't being born, not in families anyway, not in proper structure and order anyway. On top of not being born at all, we can also add the deletion rate within that as well. Right? This is another aspect of the Ouroboros agenda. I want y'all to understand, ladies, by having deletions, you are contributing to the consumption, consumption of ourselves, specifically, especially us Black folks. Right? It's crazy, man.
That what's happening in America as far as Black men, Black women is concerned, is that there's a revolution within a revolution. We are fighting our own woman. Our woman will not allow us to emerge as Black men.
And our community right now is really discombobulated because the women seem to be more interested in competing with us than being themselves.
Are you blaming us? Are you saying that it's our fault that this happened?
No, I'm not blaming Black America women. I'm blaming the system. They are victims of the system like the Black male.
And all that is deliberate. We talk about the white supremacist, core of it.
Okay, how are you going to reprogram men so that they don't let us take over what's supposed to be their responsibility?
I don't think you have to reprogram men. I think you have to reprogram women.
If men do better, women will naturally follow. And unfortunately, the situation of our community is a lot more complicated than that.
See, and I'm a firm agreeer with that, though. Rest in the essence of Kev, because Kev used to say the same thing, too. And this is why I say, y'all, 2024, Bredren, listen. All right, for the past few years, we've been having fun. right? With this back and forth, right? It's cute, right? Fucking over with now, man. Got bigger fish to fry. You know, thanks to brothers like Kev, it's been an economy. And that kind of like tarnished my man's legacy a little bit, because I know that's not what he was trying to do. He was actually trying to help, but right now they done flipped what he did into this big machine of digital mind fuckery that makes money. And now you got 100,000 million little Kevin Samuels wannabes out here. And it's just like I say, man, the Ouroboros agenda. Yeah, man, that's perfect, XL Pro. Agenda wars, not gender wars. I like that, XL Pro. That's fire. Right? You know, I'm all for it. Listen, what my man just said was some real shit, though. And I know when chicks hear that, they feel some type of way, right? And this is one thing that I always say when I speak to chicks, right? Now listen to what I'm about to say now, right? Ladies, y'all have to abstain y'all's illusory. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm gonna back this up, man. Tap in, walk with me. All right. Listen to what I'm saying, man. Ladies, especially y'all ladies that sit up there and went to somebody college and you done got some degree, you working in corporate America, middle management, upper middle management, maybe. You feel me? Whatever the situation may be, y'all are going to have to abstain. You feel me? Y'all going to have to give up y'all's illusory power. Kev used to talk about this all the time, too. Definitely is agenda-based. And that's a fact, Blade Monger. The Rainbow Mafia is another one of the agendas that keeps the world population under 500 million. Yeah. That's crazy, because this is actually an aspect of the Ouroboros agenda, right? The LGBTQ LMNOP barbecue committee agenda is a huge part of the Ouroboros agenda. It's not the main part of it, right? Tap in, walk with us, man.
So these gender wars that have been going on for the past few years, where men hate women, women hate men, they got to stop, okay? And I think I've come up with a solution. Even if it is true, and I don't think it is, but even if a lot of the stuff people are saying are true, that there's no more good men out there, or that modern women are difficult to deal with, whatever, even if it was true, I think if we just focus on the fact that it's not really any of our faults, okay? We're all byproducts of the society and the world we live in, all right? If we focus on that and instead try to come up with ways to fix these issues, whatever these issues are we have between the genders, if we could come together and realize we're all out here just lonely looking for love, right? If we could just come together and try to fix the problem instead of pointing the fingers, I think we might be able to bring true love in the family back.
He ain't lying, man. He's right about that, man. But there's some things that's going to have to happen before that, though, right? Like I just was saying, ladies, y'all are going to have to give up y'all's illusory power. You understand that? When I say that, y'all gonna have to give up y'all's illusory power, man. Now, I'm not gonna get into the details of that because that's not what this show is about tonight. But ladies, y'all not silly, y'all not stupid. A lot of y'all are intelligent and have the ability to, you know what I'm saying, understand what I'm saying. Y'all gonna have to give up y'all's illusory, and I say illusory because it's not real. Because it can be taken away like that. Y'all better go. Listen, I keep telling y'all to go watch this. If y'all haven't watched, how long I've been telling y'all to go check this out. Right? And I'm not saying this as a scare tactic. I'm saying this because this could be a reality in our country. This could very much be a reality in our country. Let me explain to y'all why. Our Supreme Court is basically half Christian Z words and half J Z words. And I ain't talking about the rapper. Box cleverly with your language, y'all. So with that being said, in its original structure, this was designed to be not a republic, not a constitutional republic, but a theocracy. And in essence, it kind of still is. So, Dan Patrick, what's good, man? So keep that in mind. We have a Supreme Court that's half Christian Z's and Jay-Z's, not the rapper nigga. Now, they disagree on a lot of things, but one thing they would agree on is enforcing theocratic biblical law manipulated to what they want to see fit. Y'all better watch The Handmaid's Tale. If you think the Republic of Gilead couldn't be a reality in America right now, you better get your mind working some kind of way, man, because it could happen. Highly likely. You know? And I'm not using that as a scare tactic or to make anybody listen. Listen, man. Me and my chick, we get along real good, man. You know? I more or less cover stuff like this because I'm concerned for these young brothers out here who want to have families and stuff and create legacies and stuff like that, but they can't because the women, for the most part, are unfit. You know, I don't really care how anybody feels about that because that's true. All right. So, what is the solution? What is the solution? And me and my pops talk about this all the time. Right? You don't have to be holy, sanctified, religious person to understand this. And I'm gonna always talk about this because this is what is necessary. This is what's needed. This is what it's going to require. This is the structure we operated under, even during slavery. Even during slavery, which wasn't really slavery for a lot of us. We operated under this structure right here. Do y'all realize at one point in America, black folks were the most married group of people in America at a 90+ percentile rate? We had black-owned towns all through America. I'm not even about to start naming them. Y'all know about them. Do your research. Literally hundreds of them. One of them was right here in my city, Columbus, Ohio, the Mount Vernon area. We all want to sit up here and talk about. I'm telling y'all, I know the solution. A lot of people do too as well. It's not just me, but this is the solution. Now, who really wants to go about enforcing and bringing the solutions into fruition? Because until we get back to this, ain't gonna be no black community. It's a wrap. It's over with. And the reason why I show this, because this just entails so much. Because this is the basis and structure of everything. Right? So this is the reason why I say, ladies, y'all gonna have to give up y'all's illusory power. And it's illusory, it's not real. It's very illusory in its aspect and essence. It gets this structure right here blatantly. Right? And it has been. That's all it is, Dan Patrick. Right? That's all it is.
It seems like black men want things that black women aren't willing to do. Like I'm not trying to just like cater to your world. Like I need you to be a part of my world too. You know, it seems like black men want things that black women aren't willing to do. Like I'm not.
See?
Men say, all women are liars.
All women are liars, and all men.
I'm using it as an
But all men could have potentially attacked me.
Just when things seemed like it wasn't going anywhere, what happened next illustrated the problem.
It's generalizing and saying that all women are this. Do you think that makes it right?
I think that men should be careful of the women that they encounter. I think everybody should be careful.
We're kind of busy right now.
I think men should always have representation.
That's great. We're kind of busy right now. Is it okay?
Sure. You're not taking advantage, though.
I'm not.
We're having a conversation.
Okay, cool. Right. So women should have all the respect.
Okay, that's great. Could you?
Two men who are interviewing any women should always respect the
okay.
boundaries.
So you want to get out of here?
Really attractive.
Okay, brother. We're.
Can I?
What the fuck is this? What if men say, all women are liars?
I could have seen that. That was funny. But yeah, though, man. Gender war, man. Y'all gotta understand it. It's like I said, it's a whole economy around this, man. Right? It's a whole economy around the alleged dysfunction between so-called black people.
Pick me and sit are the top 3 words that I see on social media that are often misused. And I also notice that people use those terms whenever somebody has a perspective that is different from theirs, or if they have a perspective that makes them feel some kind of way. And it's instead of acknowledging that there might be some accuracy to that perspective, it's easier for them to say, oh, you're a narcissist, or you're a pick-me, or you're a simp. It's a lot easier for me to adjust the narrative to something that I know I don't agree with to feel better about my decision versus putting in the work to adjust their behavior so that they can have a better outcome. Narcissist, pick-me.
Yeah, man. This is crazy. Like I say, man, it's a whole economy around this, man. Right? Right? This is part of the Ouroboros agenda. Right? I want you to understand how we're consuming ourselves with this rhetoric, with this ideology, this back and forth, this continued, so-called gender war. Right?
You are cool with where you are in life. Be confident in that and find someone that aligns with that. Find someone that is comfortable with that. I know the internet can make it seem like there's just no hope. And again, I've fallen victim to this where I'm like, dang, it really seems like I don't have any hope out here. But there are people out there that is willing to, accept your lifestyle, accept you for you, regardless of whatever your occupation is. I'm sure there are people out there who, are comfortable with that. If you are cool.
I don't know if we having anything on here. All right. See, in gender wars, somebody's going to have to win and somebody's going to have to lose, right? Who's losing? Who's winning? Right?
I don't know about you, but I'm really growing weary of this gender war that we're currently in. It's this idea that one group of us has to get pushed down so that another group can be built up. This idea that only one group is the prize. Well, here's the reality. We are all the prize to someone. And although I have studied third and fourth wave feminism and their talking points, and I've also studied the red pill community and the manosphere, in my mind, these two groups are the same. They seek to push down the other.
They are.
To raise themselves up as being better or stronger or more worthy, and nothing could be farther from the truth. These groups create a one-sided, selfish narrative, and that is precisely how we got here. Only thinking about ourselves and not developing our natural instincts to be in healthy, loving relationships, to give and be of service to others, and to create and produce something of value. Let me know down in the comments if you are ready to be a part of a better love movement.
I think that was some real stuff old girl just said, for real, for real. That was real talk what she just said. You know what I mean? See, when y'all chicks talk and say stuff like that, I don't mind hearing y'all talk, man. You know? Because that makes sense. All right? It has to stop one of these days, man. You know? Like I said, it's a whole economy around this, right? And it's, I mean, like I said, man, yeah. When you listening to these chicks talk, you gotta be able to understand and discern, and you know what I'm saying? And like I say, you gotta be able to, like, you know, separate what actually matters from what don't matter, right? But for the most part, what she was saying was some real shit. You know what I'm saying? because it's not helping anybody. It's only helping certain people, right? And listen, and listen what it creates. It perpetuates this individualist thing. You got certain people who are capitalizing heavy off of this dysfunction, right? And not even taking the money and reinvesting to try to like improve nothing, right? And I'm not saying or telling anybody what they should do with their bread, whatever bread they may be getting with. I'm just saying there's nothing being done, right, by people who are heavily profiting off of this gender war in order to prevent it from happening or continue to happen. I wonder how many of y'all ever thought about that. It's a lot of people who profit very thoroughly from the collective trauma, if you would, that is generated by engaging, interacting, participating in, to whatever capacity, this gender war, which is online, what makes it digital. I'm sure trying to tell y'all, man. It's crazy, man.
No, Fred, black women just ain't the same no more. Yeah, you're right, Grady. Black women have been the same since World War II. But I interrupt this program to bring you breaking news from Washington. The largest black women's organization today issued a proclamation that has millions of black women all across America cheering and swearing they will abide by. I want all my sisters to listen up. Black men ain't shit. And they want white women or Mexican women, let them have them. Because the damn show won't. You know what 2022 taught me? That the gender war is real. I've seen women cheering and advocating for a black man to go to jail. I've seen Johnny Depp lose millions and millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars. Who knows? Maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars when you start to look at exactly how it was that he affected, and nothing really happened to Amber Heard. She got a slap on the wrist. I see women advocating for equal rights, but advocating against updating family court laws. It's so egregious. It's so bad. I think that the gender war is not over. I think that it's just getting started. And you know who's going to pay for it? Your kids. Your kid is going to grow up without a father. He's going to have daddy and trauma issues. Single parents, they're going to raise their kids and they're not going to have the wealth that was supposed to be inherited, and they're going to get the debt instead. Your kids are the ones that pay for the sins of their parents. It's unfortunate. You know what 2022 taught me?
That's a fact. Gotta say that. Gotta say that. The sins of the father will visit the children. All right? Always remember that, y'all. The sins of the mother will too. All right? The sins of the parents will follow the children. Most definitely will. That's why it's our duty to heal ourselves from this trauma. This is why I say, in order, like I said, the gender war is stupid, it's dumb, and we can end it. But we got to get back to what's on the screen, y'all. And the sad part about it is a lot of y'all, and I'm not pointing no fingers by saying what I'm about to say, man. I'm just saying what it is and what I know to be true. And it starts with us men. That's why I say 2024, we focusing on manhood, masculinity. We ain't even about to be talking about these broads. Let them figure that shit out, right? We about to focus on men and building men and getting on code with each other and building masculinity and manhood, being a goddamn man. You hear me? And it's going to take us to do that, man. You know? A lot of you dudes out there have become very feminine. Kind of like these, y'all have become very much like these chicks. Right? And y'all don't want to give up y'all's illusory power either. Right? There's a lot of people in positions of authority who aren't supposed to be. Right? Real talk though, Dan Patrick, man. I'm serious, man. Not to the point. When I say not talking, I'm talking about making them a main focal point of everything. Of course, we're going to address and correct and chastise and check when it's necessary or whatever, but you know, we got bigger fish to fry. That's just the facts of the matter, right? And the other facts of the matter is, brethren, as long as we do what we supposed to do as men, these chicks gonna have to fall in line, man. But there's so many of you dudes out there that are so thirsty, so driven, consumed, and controlled by your lust for box. That's what's going to make it difficult. That's why I said, man, forget the broads, man. It's been fun. A lot of you niggas has gotten very wealthy and continue to get wealthy off of this back and forth rigmarole fuckery too. Right? Meantime, families ain't being made. Numbers is dying out. They're about to bring all these illegals from Central South America to replace us at first. So we got to focus on masculinity and manhood. One thing I know for sure, and two things I know for certain, is if we get on board, the chicks ain't going to have no choice but to fall in line. So if we're going to point fingers at anybody, we point them at ourselves. Yeah, me too, Uncle Diggity. Right? What y'all see on the screen is what we need to get back to. That's the solution. That's the answer. That's the only answer. So to all y'all out there talking about some, well, what's the solution? We want this to end. We really did the end. Are you willing to play your part in bringing it back to what's on the screen? And let's just be honest, ladies, most of y'all not. Most of y'all have been consumed with the Jezebel spirit. I don't care how anybody feels about it. I'm not hurt. Nobody hurt me. I'm just merely stating the truth. A lot of y'all chicks are not going to give up y'all's power. The system designed it that way. They knew they knew that y'all wasn't going to want to give up y'all's power. Illusory in its aspect as it is. It's not even real. It's not even real. You hear me, Uncle Diggity? Drunk, drunken, consumed. Been given the keys to the system and haven't built anything. No institutions, no banks, no nothing. My man said, I rebuke the demon spirit of Lilith. I know this right, Blade Monger. Oh, man. He said, I rebuke. You know? And once y'all got a taste of this illusory powder through so-called independence, right? The perfect trick bag was made. Right? So they got the most influential, charismatic, magnetic, creative, dominating people on planet, right? And trick us into reversing roles. Don't get it twisted, man. This happens in other groups of people too, but not like ours. Right? And everybody always said, well, what's the solution? What's the solution? I done sit up here and told y'all. I'm going to continue to tell y'all. It's on the screen. All right? And we have been so consumed with the demonic entities, frequencies, and energies that we don't even realize the stuff that we think is cool and acceptable or should be is completely out of structure and order. I said it before and I said it again. Women weren't designed to be CEOs, bosses, to ever be in any type of authority over a man. This entire system is corrupt and out of structure and order. And it's supposed to be like that because look who is its designer. Right? And like I said, man, this ain't me moral finger wagging. This is basically stating facts. If you're going to get mad at the facts, I don't give a damn how you feel. All right? This is a fact that I'm saying. These are facts that I'm saying. It's not about how I feel. Nobody hurt me. These are facts. Set up this way for a reason. All right? Y'all got to understand how this is being done on a psychological level, man. You know? You have to understand what's being done.
Let's remember this, okay? You listen. When I tell you this, I'll listen. You listening? Yeah. Your mama had more heart than your daddy's bitch ass. He ain't gonna sit nothing off. That's who made you soft. Okay? Okay. I always remember this, okay? You listen. When I tell you this, I'll listen. You listening? Yeah. Your mama had more heart than your daddy's bitch ass. He ain't gonna sit nothing off. That's who made you soft. Okay? Okay. Okay.
Oh my gosh, man. Just terrible, man. You feel me? But yeah, I'm about to open up the panel, man, in another couple minutes, man. Hey, what y'all think, man? Some of y'all, I think, want the gender war to keep going. I think a lot of y'all don't want it to end. A lot of y'all make a lot of money off of this stuff. And it's also even sad to show and prove, right, that most of us are addicted to trauma and drama, right? Most of us are addicted. That's what this stuff is proving. We like misery or the perception thereof. And like I say, man, I don't think a lot of people really want no solutions because the solution is right in our face, literally, on the screen, in your face. I think a lot of dudes don't want it to end either. A lot of you dudes love it. A lot of you dudes, like I said, a lot of you dudes is making a lot of money off of this so-called gender war. A lot of you dudes have somehow managed to muster up thousands of subscribers and to day in, day out talk about this fuckery. And YouTube is promoting that stuff. Why? Because it's distraction. It's keeping us from talking about important things that actually matter, right? And it's also creating this vacuum, if you will, this vacuous sector of YouTube to where the more dysfunction that is generated within, the more money is thrown at it. Therefore, making a cesspool, if you would, of non-content creating going on, because everybody's just doing a different version of the same thing. And they basically rest in the essence to Kevin Samuels, man. And they basically took Kev's format and digitized it. Corporatized it, if you would. And is allowing a lot of people to get very, very wealthy and popular behind promoting, promulgating, continuing, perpetuating this type of what I call non-content. If y'all start hearing people saying non-content, y'all know where they got it from, right? Non-content. I'm going to do a show on non-content too. Non-content is Orwellian newspeak, right? Right? Non-content is reptilian, or I said reptilian, is Orwellian newspeak for fake news. How about that? You know? Drop the link, man. Anybody want to come up, man, y'all welcome to come up. I dropped the link. People is welcome to engage with me, I should say, pause. You feel me? Right? But I ain't gonna perk, man. The gender war stuff needs to stop, man. It's terrible, man.
Say she not humble enough. She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation, the domestic abuse. Are you telling me you can't see how we created that?
I understand that, but she needs
if
to
we
be
was
more
loving
selective.
our women and taking care of our women, do you think she would be like that? That personality has a history. We say she not humble enough. She had to become masculine to survive the rape, the molestation.
Right. Not the molestation. Right.
How can we stop the gender wars between black women and black men? We say protect our black women, but then sometimes they don't protect us unless we look a certain way. And then on the other side, black men say black women want to be protected, so we also want to be protected as well. How can we stop the war so we can love each other properly in this Black History Month?
I think we gotta stop taking the bait. I think we have to stop taking the bait from some of these people on social media who are here to divide and create more of a platform for themselves. And a lot of people are taking a lot of what these people are saying as gospel, the truth, and it's absolutely patriarchy and misogyny. And I think that we've got to begin to call it out and say what it is. But a lot of times people rest in these.
Now, I'm sure y'all, and letting y'all listen to all these different videos to show y'all how deep the indoctrination is set in. Notice a lot of these chicks, when they speak on this so-called gender war, especially these so-called educated chicks, they don't never mention nothing about the matriarchy. They'll never mention anything about that.
These rhetoric, to stop taking the bait from some of these people on social media who are here to divide and create more of a platform for themselves. And a lot of people are taking a lot of what these people are saying as gospel and truth, and it's absolutely patriarchy and misogyny. Yeah. And I think that we've got.
Why can't it be matriarchy and misandry as well? Because that's what it is. Tap in, walk with us.
Again, to call it out and say what it is, but a lot of times people rest in these rhetorics that kind of point fingers because it feels validating. And so many times we're just looking for people to validate our experiences, to hear us. And so if I'm siding with somebody who says Black women do this to Black men, then it makes me feel validated. It makes me feel heard. It makes me feel seen. And sometimes we're fighting against our own inferiority complexes. And we're trying to point the finger and point the blame. And what we're doing is being distracted from the systems that have actually been put in place to continue to divide.
I agree with that, OG. But I want you to understand, when you make that statement, you realize what you're saying, right? That's a powerful statement right there, OG. You know, people run business on social media. You know, everybody who uses social media doesn't misuse it or abuse it. Crazy. He said that's almost like snatching a pipe from an addict who waited all day to hit something. It definitely will. It definitely will, and it always will, because it wasn't designed to be like that. Women, I'm sorry, and I know y'all hate to hear this, and this is part of indoctrination, but y'all were not designed to lead. Y'all were not designed to be in authority, to run things, to be bosses. I know y'all don't like hearing that, but it's true. I mean, down to your biological and physiological makeup. You're not even designed to be a boss physically. This is going back to proper structure and order. Women, y'all weren't even designed. Y'all was not designed to work. You know, social media, man, some people try to probably off themselves or something, man, going through withdrawals. Yeah. Yeah, especially to chicks. You know? Let's go.
And further kind of distance.
The link is in the chat. Y'all want to come out, man?
We're allowing them to just kind of let us bicker and let us kind of like tear each other down. Meanwhile, they're flourishing and continuing to just spread hate amongst us. And we've got to stop taking the bait. I think we've got to stop and realize what we're doing and stop trying to like be heard and be seen and learn to validate ourselves and our own experiences, and not making it the other next person's fault, but actually just kind of saying, well, wait a second, what is the bigger issue here? Yes. How did we even get here? And I think that'll slow down things a lot. But I do think that with this increase in narcissism term and this increase in feminism and masculinity and all this stuff and my feminine energy, I just think that it's continuing to create divide and separation.
You just need to make sure to have positive energy. That's what you gotta have.
There's no scientific foundation to any of that stuff, though.
And there you go. We're looking for facts here, okay? And if we don't see them, just trying to be positive. So you're right. I think we need to stop with the self-hate that we have so we can be able to love other people. That's where it boils down to, because it's sad that we have to have a gender war. We're further dividing. We already have colorism, now we got sexism, and we already deal with a major thing, racism. So we're just adding on, like you said, to allow them to sit back and be like laughing at us because we're further dividing amongst ourselves, which is the opposite of what our ancestors did. And, you know, because they had something to fight for. We had since we don't have nothing to fight for now, there's no reason to love on one another.
And there's so much to fight for.
Yes,
so much to fight for. We need to be fighting for equality of all Black folks, and not just ones who we think are on the right side of things. So we got work to do for sure.
Oh yeah, we do. We do.
All right, I agree. All right. Definitely got some work to do. The thing is everybody involved willing to do what is necessary? And the truth of that matter is no. On both sides. Right? A lot of y'all chicks, y'all don't even want to give up y'all's illusory power. And a lot of you dudes ain't gonna be able to control your lust. Uncle Diggity, what's good, man?
What up with it?
Good, man. Go ahead, you know. Should we lead the gender war in 2023, man?
Yeah, man. Two things. Three things. Number one, the gender war or whatever the fuck that was a bad idea. An awful idea. Now, thing two, okay, ladies, like Verge said, with the illusory power and shit like that, like, we should have saw it coming. If we were better versed in the word, bro, we would have saw it coming and peeped it for what it was. Some of us are and saw it, but for the most part, the story kind of just repeated itself, man. The beast offered the woman the fucking apple in the form of feminism or whatever the fuck it is they think they got, their illusory power. Metaphorically was the apple, offered it to them. They bid on it. They got their sight to see the world and, you know, appear as gods or whatever, lowercase gods and shit like that. But for the most part, if enough of us would have had sight, we would have peeped it and been able to combat it a little better. That's kind of what I got on that. Now, the number three, the men, bruh, the fucking... I mean, where do I start with this shit, man? Niggas fumbled the ball on this shit big time. I mean, all this should be tying back to the beginning so you can kind of talk all day about this motherfucking shit. That's why I'm trying I'm trying to find a decent point to just kind of get on the freeway with this shit. But niggas, you know what I mean, as a whole, niggas was doing weak ass shit, man, all through this shit. You know, we joking with the hoes, we bagging on them, we doing all this foolishness. For one, out in public. For two, we just like we celebrating our fucking
demise.
You know what I mean? Demise, fucking our everything. Like I mean, I'm at a loss for words. This shit gotta be a little tight. But niggas, y'all done fucked up, man. Y'all out here looking weak than a motherfucker, arguing with hoes and shit, man. The hoes that niggas talk about, like from the earlier 80s, 90s and shit, like them is the girls we grew up with, man. I pretty much have mastered that. Mastered them in a sense. So to hear the next generation of nigga come up and whine about girls and motherfucking talk about the older bitches and shit and all of that shit too. I mean, I know everybody got their perspectives and shit, but for the most part, man, I feel like I did pretty good in my era, you know what I mean? And I still made it out as a married man with children and shit like that in the face of all of this fucking adversity and shit. So, You know, growing up, nigga, I had to wear that shit too. Nigga, I was an ugly kid in school. The hoes, nigga, got on me and shit. We all have to go through these cycles and shit to become the men that we're to become. And I just keep it real, nigga. I never once got so mad at a bitch that I said I never want to have a bitch. Like, I've been to jail, nigga. I've been around all niggas and shit at one time and shit. That shit is whack as fuck, nigga. I wouldn't imprison myself voluntarily, you know what I mean, and just say I'm to fuck women because they don't know how to fucking, you know, act and shit. Nigga, I'm a player, nigga. I'm from the player motherfucking era, nigga. So I'm gonna find the right bitch. I'm gonna jib them out. I'm gonna play with this one, play with that one, you know what I mean? Go around, see what I can find, nigga. And then when I find something that I feel comfortable with, that's where, you know, and the feelings mutual, that's where I'm gonna land motherfucker right there, and I'm gonna try to set up shop. All of the you know, hey, I'm just not gonna do this with broads and shit, man. That shit is weak, bruh. That niggas ain't got no faith in God, bruh. I'm gonna just call it like it is and shit. When I first start coming on this show, Verge, I told you, I don't quit, right? I don't fucking quit. So I expect men of my caliber to not quit. So when I hear niggas say I'm not fucking with no bitches or I'm not doing that, blah blah blah, your ability, your feeling to not quit, that come from God, nigga. That's perseverance right there, nigga. If you quit, nigga, you're admitting defeat, nigga. The devil got you, nigga. You ain't putting in no work, nigga. So I feel jaded about the shit. I hope it stops in 2024, man, for what it's worth and shit. I know niggas got their gripes. I know bitches got their gripes and shit too, but for the most part, it ain't. We spent a year or 2 or 3 doing this shit, and you know, it didn't line a couple people pockets, like Verge say, but for the most part, man, that shit is just hurting the, you know, I got a son, man, that's 21. I want to be a grandfather one day, you know what I mean? But you know, I don't want my legacy to just go to shit because people don't know how to fucking behave and shit, and adults won't step into their roles and be adults and get control back of adult ways versus teenage ways versus child ways and shit. Like, we can't structure it. We can't get up under God. The woman can't get up under the man. The kids can't get up under all of that. Like, we can't do that. Why can't we do that? Why we gotta let the beast win, bro? Because when you fall out, you letting the beast win. And people just, you know, they go on so freely just to these stupid ass videos with these hoes popping up and shit. Oh, if a nigga can't do this for me and all that. Man, look, bro, like it's cute to be noticed and shit. It's cute for hoes to be noticed. That's why I say, if they took social media away, these hoes would kill themselves because they seek that validation, that fucking everything that they've ever wanted, believe it or not, is tied up in that motherfucker digitally. The attention, the validation, the ability to curve niggas and shit and motherfucker, all of the little kinks and twitches that they get off of these social media outlets is for them. It ain't for us. It just makes them accessible to us, to where if you a bitch ass nigga, all you got to do is hop in the bitch DM and shit and don't got to worry about her dissing you to your face and shit. So it gave you an illusory sense of power and shit. You know what I mean? So you use a sucker, you know what I mean, for fucking with that shit. You supposed to be 10 toes in the bitch face, nigga, and looking at that natural reaction so you can know what it is and shit. So all of the whole social media get down is a sham, bruh. And then that led into the whole gender war thing and shit. Like, this shit is all a fucking sham. Yeah. But if you have enough foresight to see the shit, and you know, you can see it. You know what I mean? If not, then yeah, these, you know, it's too many points with this shit, Verge, for real.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
There's way too many points with this shit.
And this is where the confusion and the separation and division can come in, because it's made to be seen and looked at as if it's mad different agendas and conspiracies, when it's all just one huge agenda and so-called conspiracy.
I mean, if motherfuckers can't tell by now that something is fishy, like if you've been on this earth for more than goddamn 15 years, 18 years or some shit, and you got a little, you know what I mean? Like, because this is all of this shit that's happening, this is within the decade or within 2 decades, you know what I mean? So if you're 30, 35, 40, you know, some shit like that, you should have been around the block a few times to see actually what the fuck is happening.
Right.
So you should have enough sense not to fucking want to go along. You should have enough you know how parents used to tell us when we was little, Verge, you see the fight and shit, run the other way, don't run toward the fight.
Right.
If these adult motherfuckers of today don't have enough sense and discernment to run the other way when they see the fight, then you know, here we are.
Right. That's a fact.
Motherfuckers gotta grow up, bruh. Men and women and shit, man. Like, you know, I fuck with Jap, but when Jap be like, man, Jesus can't even say these hoes and shit like that, I'll be like, bruh, like, come on, man. Like, you know, now we doing crazy shit now. I mean, now our thinking is off and shit. Like, the Most High is working through us, man. Y'all gotta always remember that shit. And when you motherfucking say, fuck that shit, I'm not doing that shit, in essence, you telling the Most High, man, fuck you, I'm not doing that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Let's just call it what it is. Let's really just call this shit what it is. And because we spent the last year, 2, 3, 4, however long it's been, not doing the work, telling the Most High we're not doing it, look where we are. It's common sense, bro. So whenever motherfuckers, you know, want to snap out of it, and you know, I'm hoping 2024 will be the year we can snap out of it. We can begin to rectify relationships and shit, motherfucker. You know, the hoes are all for Disney endings and shit like that. You know what I mean? So they're already on board. They're already born Disney and shit. Men, we have to be more practical about the situation, but you gotta kind of be in the knowledge of things to really see it and know where you're going and shit. Like, you can get out here and just, you know, oh, baby, I love you, and simp and do that shit. We know that don't work. We know what don't work now. So let's just focus on what works, man, or what's going to work, and let's work that shit, man.
Like I said, 2024, we're gonna be focused on manhood, masculinity. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna really be talking about these bras all like that, unless it's in context. You understand what I'm saying? We gotta focus on building these young men into these young boys and the men. You niggas out here, that's just like I say, and this you niggas who's controlled and consumed by your lust. And that applies to so many of you dudes out there.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about? And you know, and that's just gonna be the major thing amongst us men, is that right there is what keeps us from doing business with each other, staying on code with each other. You gotta get that under control, man. You gotta understand, man, a man is not a man if he is controlled and consumed by his lust, man. If everything you do is motivated by your ability to get with girls and have sex with them, I only want no nigga like that around me.
Something wrong with you, bro. You ain't gonna be able to get nothing done because you're gonna be too focused on the broad and what the broad doing, man. You can't get nothing done.
I only want no nigga like that around me, bro. I don't even trust dudes like that, man. Listen to this video right here.
After the viral Alabama boat brawl, we put up a unified front against anti-Blackness online. But when the aftermath of rapper Megan Thee Stallion's shooting resurfaced in the news cycle, something shifted. In one summer, the Alabama boat brawl and Tory Lanez' sentencing overlapped to start major conversations within Black communities. And while the brawl generated celebration and clever memes, the latter resurfaced harassment and jokes trivializing a Black woman's pain. But this isn't a new phenomenon. In 1949, activist Claudia Jones described super exploitation. It's the exploitation Black women face under capitalism and misogynoir, especially while underpaid and underappreciated within the workforce and household. Megan Thee Stallion isn't in the working class, but her story highlights a universal issue. Rap disses, podcasts, and merchandise commodified her pain. The Lane cycle coincided with claims of her record label failing to compensate her in an industry that profits from misogynoir. Many positioned outcry to her being shot as gender wars. But Jones debunked this too. Jones opposed that a battle of the sexes gets in the way of our liberation against white supremacists. This framing ignores Black women's oppression outside and within our communities. But true Black liberation prioritizes Black women instead of pushing them to the margins. So when we see misogynoir broadcasted in the media or perpetuated within our communities, let the voice of Jones and countless other Black women thinkers ring on. And let's build a future where intersectionality is only a history of difference and no longer a needed framework for continuing exploitation and disrespect. We all know schools aren't teaching Black history correctly. That's why Push Black is so important. Will you support truthful, accurate, empowering Black history content with a donation? Click the link in our bio to donate now.
All right. Like I said, that's the whole economy around this joint, man. You feel me? And my nigga Uncle Diggity put it beautifully, man. You know? And this is what I'm always going to focus on, Uncle Diggity, man. Y'all see what's on the screen.
Gotta have that structure.
And that's the reason why I'm keeping it up there. Everybody asks Uncle Diggity, what's the solution? What's the solution? This is the solution right here. No other way is it going to work. Unless we get back to this, that's not going to work. And within this means everyone's going to have to give up their illusory positions they think they got and get in their right, proper perspective roles.
Everybody been finessed, man. They finessed men and women, especially of the darker hue. Like where we all, fell for something, to some degree in regards to this, man. But you gotta just know when to say enough is enough.
Yeah.
And move on. You know what I mean? Really see the bigger fight and really get on to the bigger fight, because this shit right here, we've been wasting time. Man, motherfucking politicians been motherfucking fucking us up while we while we carrying on daily at the rate we carrying on and shit, man. It's a whole lot of other things that are important to us as a people, and I know we're like a new class of adult and shit out here now. So I don't want to see us be caught up in fighting each other and shit, approaching our latter years and shit like that, because contrary to what you're doing financially or how your work position is, you could be good, gravy, rich and shit, blah blah blah. There's still work to be done as far as on a societal level. Like you can't just get your money and run in the fucking house and shit. And you can, but what good is that, bro? Like let's be for real about the shit, man.
Gotta be real about the situation, man.
You gotta be real about this shit all around the board, man. The money's a part of the system, man. If you really just doing it for that, then you only doing the beast's bidding, man. Like y'all gotta really fucking understand what's at play here and shit. If you grasping onto any part of this shit, you grasping onto the beast's motherfucking tit, man. That's why you always see me in chats or hear me talk shit about the system needs to go. The system of things needs to go, because that's what essentially has us fucked up. That's what essentially has the women thinking the way they think. All of the programs and the situations that they're put in and shit like that basically led them along a certain way to develop into the thinking women that we have today. Same thing for the men. The situations that the system provided that created us a path up until where we are at this present time. It all ties to the system. So if people can't really understand that or really get on that level and really start to see that shit, then yeah, it's gonna be fucked up. But those of us that can see, we just really all we can do is do our job to spread it until people catch on. You know what I mean? But people have to catch on, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, because, you know, like I say, like my brother just said, like I've been saying, you know, it's cool. It's been cool. Like I said, it's been fun. You feel me? It's been fun, okay, but now, you know, it's starting to not only become redundant, but it's also become counterproductive. You hear me? To the point to where, like I said, based on Kev's whole demo, a whole digital economy cesspool, like I say, just machine of fuckery, man. You feel me? The more money you throw at it, the more the more trauma that is generated. The more money you throw at it, the more money it creates.
Yeah, man. A lot of niggas couldn't even niggas don't know how to keep it player no more. Like I said, man, motherfucker get online and be arguing with these broads and shit, man. Like it's it's cool to go back and forth excuse me with them every now and then, but excuse me, making the whole career out of that shit or whatever the fuck niggas is doing, man. That shit, you know, Kev was new and fresh with it. I won't say he's the first person to talk about women or problems in relationships between men and women or whatever, but he had a cool little flair and shit for the time and shit, for the YouTube time, for the era. So he went ahead and did that. So everybody after him is kind of, you know, But really, we should have just kept the teachings and just let it go with him. You know what I mean? It was his thing. He came up with it and shit. We had to, after he died, you know, the girls couldn't keep it a buck. They had to talk shit about him because they was mad, and men had to retaliate. Like, it was really some immature ass shit, man. A lot of immaturity was wrapped up in all of that, bro.
Right. It is. It was, and it still is. And like I said, we all have participated in the fuckery and the rigmarole and the back and forth. And like I said, it's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
That shit gotta stop, man.
It has to stop. And then listen to this, man. All right. And niggas can't be called haters. Niggas can't be called jealous, man, for calling out what it is, man. You feel me? In the process of all this going on, a lot of people, and that's what I'm saying, this is what I just was speaking on earlier, a lot of people have become very financially stable from engaging in this Ouroboros recycle system structure, right? And I'm not naive to the point where I don't think that any of these people are stupid and they don't realize what's going on. Because like I said, if the stuff you talking about ain't actually helping nobody, no solutions, no real world applications or anybody, like, you know, like Kev had results. People had testimony, people getting together, getting married and all that crazy stuff, right? But you don't see the same for a lot of other people, man. Right? Now, I don't know what else Kev had going on, if anything, you know. But what I'm saying is, when you have a voice, you have a certain responsibility, man, that you have, man. Whether you want it or not is irrelevant, right? You have it. I want y'all to understand that, right? And this certain obligation that you have, right? What is that obligation? Especially when you're a content creator. Your obligation is to be honest, right? And to make sure you provide your audience with as much information as possible for them to make wise decisions about what they being told to believe and accept, man. That's what you're supposed to do as a content creator, man. You're not supposed to be siphoning bread from your audience because it's an easy thing to do. Right? I'm not saying nobody should be contributing by listening. If you feel some content that you listening to, or even if non-content you listening to is worth you giving your hard-earned money to, then by all means do it. But understand what you're doing when you do that. Right? And it's a simple solution, like I've been saying all night, and like I say all the time with the simple solution to all this so-called casualties of the gender war. Simple solution. Proper
Simple.
structure order. Flat out. No, not even up for debate.
I mean, you put that in place and everything else falls into place. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. It's not even up for debate.
That's what's so puzzling. That's what makes me wonder, like, why don't people see that? Like, people are voluntarily not wanting to see that because it's simple.
And it's the reason why they don't want to, because like I say, people love the misery. People love the dysfunction. You got people who are in love with their illusory power that they think they have.
Yeah, people are mentally sick. Like, I know one facet of being insane or psychologically sick is not being able to wrap your mind around what is, basically, or you know what I mean? Like, if you absolutely refuse to, like Virg, we doing the podcast right now. Virgil refuses to believe that we're doing the podcast, even though we're sitting here talking to each other, doing the podcast. Yeah, I mean, if he refuses to believe that, and we all know Virgil's doing this podcast right now, but he refuses to, then that has to be a level of insanity on Virgil's behalf, right?
Exactly.
So same rules apply, man.
And
how can God, man, woman, child be the structure and everybody knows that but refuses to fall in? There's a level of insanity to that people.
I definitely have to agree with that.
All right.
And then it gets to the level where it's even beyond insanity, but people just is so consumed, saying, well, whatever they're consumed with, that they, it's just like, it's like you done sit up there, and we all have been guilty to this to some extent too. And I'll explain to y'all why, right? Because it's not so much that we probably think we're trying to be like the most high or nothing like that, though, but we like doing what we do. That's the freedom of choice.
I don't want no glory, bro. I do all of this shit for the people, man. I feel like I have fairly decent sense. You know what I mean? If I didn't have decent sense, then people would tell me to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? So I feel like I got decent sense. I don't want none of this shit. I'll give it all back. I mean, I'd rather see my people up on game and shit. That way we can move smarter out here. That's why I don't fucking, I'd much rather see us move different than me be a hog about whatever.
Right. Then I would rather see that than for me to just be up. You feel me? On my high horse, or whatever, I'm successful, whatever, but everybody else fucked up or struggling. You know what I'm talking about?
And all praises due, man, the whole time, because I don't, this ain't me. I mean, I'm a vessel. We vessels, bro.
Right.
You ain't supposed to ignore your work orders, man.
And I'm telling you right now, man, the more you do that, man, I'm telling you right now, man, it's gonna be made real difficult for you, man. It's gonna be, especially if you one of the chosen, man. It's gonna be you're gonna have to make a decision, man.
Yeah, the good and the bad, man. It ain't nothing but fucking lesson upon lesson. The way I look at
it, don't happen. That you hope you make the right decision, and your time come before the appointed time. You understand me?
Right.
That's the essence to I think it's simple, man.
Yes, sir.
Real shit, man. So how about this, y'all? 2023, we're gonna leave this shit in 2023. I hear a lot of people saying this on social engineering, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I see it. I pay attention. I watch. This is what I do, man. And I don't see anybody speaking on proper structure and order, though. I don't see that. That's what I don't see. Right? But what I do see is a lot of people saying, how about we leave the gender war in 2023? I agree. The thing is, do you understand what you are saying when you say that? You understand what has to be done on both sides, right? And ain't no point in even discussing or having a conversation about it if that's not going to be. Because like I say, like we say all the time, man, if we're not going to be honest about every blood clot thing, man, what are we talking about? Right? And one thing I'm gonna keep hammering this away because Uncle Diggity, I'm pretty sure you have too. I have witnessed this not only in my personal life, but in my just since I've been home, I've witnessed this. These chicks is not going to give up the power they think they got. I've seen it in too many levels. It's almost to the point to where the indoctrination is set in too deep.
Yeah.
I don't even like talking like that or meeting us because I don't, I'm not a defeatist attitude type guy, man. But being privy to such things, man, I'm like, man, the indoctrination is set in pretty thick, man.
Yeah.
Set in pretty heavy, man. You know what I'm saying? So when you say it like Jap say something like God is the only person that can help these worlds, some of these worlds. And most of you niggas too.
Yeah, I mean, shit, when all else fails, that's what you're supposed to align yourself with. You're supposed to align yourself with that way beforehand. But the book says when in doubt, call on them. You know what I mean? Don't just be like, I'm not doing that. I quit, and think you cute by quitting. And, you acting like the female. But as a man, doing that, that's defeatist mentality, like Verge said. So
yeah, man,
men work, bruh. If the fellas out here that don't know what a man is, because I know the real, bruh. I grew up single mom and shit. I had to fucking do my shit though. I had to figure out what a man was and shit, just like we all do.
Right.
But just in case you don't know, as a man, men work. Men build.
Right.
You know what I mean? You probably already have heard that, but you need to hear that again. Men work, men build. We don't fucking halfway projects and then walk away from the shit. Like, nah. We see the shit through. We get all the power running through it. We fucking get it erected. We get cement laid. We fucking, metaphorically, you know what I mean? We get the fucking landscaping did. We fucking, whatever needs to be done, we as men do it. We don't get to sit there and bitch like, okay, nah, we're not gonna do it because, the ground's not acting right, so we're not gonna know. We have to figure out how to fuck to make the shit right so we can do what we have to do as men.
That's a fact.
Metaphorically, man. But that quitting shit, that fucking, let's quit the gender war if we gonna quit something, but we don't ever quit on our responsibilities and our duties for the time here on motherfucking earth, man. We supposed to make it better for the ones that come behind us. Now, I don't want to leave a janky situation for my son or my daughter. I'm going to do my best as their parent, their dad, to do what I can. You know what I mean? I didn't want to be, I would hope the men wouldn't be like, well, fuck it, I'm just not going to have any kids and nigga, we'll die off. What part of that don't you understand? In a few 100 years or whatever, if we continue on that road, we'll die off.
Right.
We'll interbreed. We'll mix with these new people that then came over eventually because niggas can't keep their mind off of, cat or whatever like that. And eventually we'll phase out, bro. Like that's, stop playing out here, man.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And that's part
Stop
of it.
playing out here, man. And we all talk the agenda. We all talk the agenda talking shit, but it's too many of us that act like they don't fucking hear us talking, bro. Or, I don't even want to take away from people that actually speak on it because we trying to do the right shit by the people.
Right.
But the people, when the crowd continue, it's disheartening to just see them fucking TikTok videos, all that stupid shit. Like, even though it's fake or whatever the case may be with it, that shit is just really, it's on purpose. You know what I mean? So we have to have a discernment to know that, okay, look, bro, enough is enough. We need to isolate ourselves from these devices because they're destroying us. We really do. And take on healthier habits and motherfucking just start over, bro.
Right. Because everybody's not
Just
of the mental capacity to be able to handle heavy interaction with this unintelligent artificial intelligence, man. I want y'all to understand and really listen to what I just said. Not everybody has the mental capacity to be able to handle heavy interaction engagement with unintelligent artificial intelligence. All right. And just like everything else, man, it has to be proper structure and order, man. Certain of us have been given the ability to thoroughly interact with this stuff without it having an effect on us that is having on mass society.
We all
what I just said, man.
We all addicted to this shit, bro.
In some form or fashion. Even those of us who've been chosen to thoroughly engage and interact with it. Because just like in the Matrix, somebody's going to have to fight these agents, man, and confront them. Unfortunately, it ain't most of who you all think it may be. Like I said, we got a lot of non-content creators in the building. Y'all remember where y'all heard that word at for first, man? Non-content. All right. Uncle Diggity, man, you want to say anything before we get up out of here, man? We're about to shut it down in about another 14 minutes, man.
Be blessed, man, everybody and shit, man. Put the work in, ladies. Put the work in. Fellas, we done talking to the ladies. The ladies gonna have to fix themselves.
Yeah, I'm got to say, Uncle Diggity, man.
It ain't nothing fucking we can really tell them. They're non-communicative right now. So what we can do as men is motherfucking, we gotta, like the Matrix, we gotta attack the source, bro. Without saying too much on it, we'll figure out what the source is as the story unfolds and shit. Other than that, peace and blessings, man. Everybody, until next time, bro.
You already know, man. Tomorrow night we're gonna get to it, man. You already know ND Sports, man. We got a lot of upsets. We got a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. So y'all make sure y'all tap in on Uncle Diggity, man. Appreciate you coming up, brother. You already know you're more than welcome anytime, brethren.
No doubt.
Alrighty. My brother Uncle Diggity, man. Listen, y'all. All right, and pay attention to what my nigga just said, man. All right. The solution to this stuff is simple, man. It's not difficult. It's not some deep, sought out, philosophical, deep, moral concept that we got to come up with over a period of time. It's real simple. It's real easy. It's real cut and dry. Literally, it's on the screen right now. Like literally on the screen. And it's that simple. Right? One of the main reasons why the gender war needs to stop is because the casualties is the children. It ain't us, men, or y'all women. It's the children who's the casualties of the gender war. Look at how this structure is set up. We got the Most High at the top. Men, then women. If these two is warring with each other, who is God going to be able to move through to get to the children? Look at that structure right there, man. All right. The sins of the parents will visit the children, man. We all, to some extent, know that. We all got our fair share of trauma, familial trauma, epigenetically passed down familial trauma. right? All of us, literally all of us, to some degree, to some extent, some worse. I ain't gonna say worse. I'm gonna say some more severe than others, right? But trauma nonetheless, right? And it becomes your responsibility as an adult to address that shit, right? And put yourself in a position where you're in a constant, perpetual state of healing yourself from that. Right? Right? Bredren, y'all gotta want to be men, man. A lot of you niggas don't want to be men. Right? A lot of you guys out there want things to be easy. A lot of y'all got that what a boy said, the Highlander mentality. Right? Ain't even the willing to work with your brethren, your brother, man. Right? But it start with us though, fellas, man. Right? It start with us, man. And like I say, in 2024, one of the main reasons why we're going to focus on manhood and masculinity, because what I do know about proper structure and order is if we get ourselves in order and in our own, well, I ain't going to say in our own, but we all develop our relationship with the Most High, these ladies beneath us, the women beneath us, literally, in hierarchy and structure, they're going to fall in line automatically, bro. Why wouldn't they? They don't have no choice, right? And that's not even on no bullshit. That's on some real shit. Men being men, they're going to fall in line naturally. There's a lot of stuff that entails with that. And like I said, a lot of you niggas, just like a lot of these chicks ain't going to want to give up their illusory power, a lot of you niggas ain't going to give up your lust. You niggas is not going to give up your lust. Y'all niggas want pussy so bad. You niggas are governed by y'all's lust. Everything you do. That girl that played you in high school. She fucked with a nigga like me and not a nigga like you. And you still holding on to that, and that you just use it as fuel for your fire to become successful. And now you just like this guy now, right? Most niggas like that end up being trick ass niggas too, and think it's cool because you got the money. Like fuck it, that's not cool, bro. Ain't nothing manly about being a trick ass nigga. You feel me? At all. I tend to find if you just be yourself genuinely and just be a goddamn man, women tend to fall in line with that. You know, just be a damn man and handle your business, man. Most chicks will fall in line with whatever the fuck you got going on if they like you. If they see what you got going on and see the value in it, they'll just fall the fucking line. Right? And I ain't me just talking shit. I'm just saying some real shit. Right? But the gender war definitely needs to be left in 2023. It definitely will be over here at A-Real Talk. I didn't realize that these chicks is goofy as fuck for the most part. let them eat fucking cake, man. You niggas too, man. But I'm gonna focus more on because I know where it starts at. So I would rather focus on chopping it up with the homies, man. Even you hating ass niggas, man. You fuck niggas, man. See, this is the thing with you fuck niggas, man. You niggas need to fall back and just realize and admit that you is a lame and a cornball and a fuck nigga and a goofy and all of that, whatever you can call, man. And be like, instead of like having some type of disdainment towards your fellow brother who might be a little bit flyer than you, be a little bit more savvy with the ladies, with you might be a little bit more charismatic and magnetic. You understand me? Versus you feeling some type of way about that due to what happened to you in a childhood or didn't happen to you or whatever the fuck, right? How about you just think about it in a different way? Realize, like, I've been a lame up until this part, right? But, you know what I'm saying? But, right? Instead of me feeling like resentment towards my fellow brother who may not be behind that, how about I encourage our brothers to be like, you know what? That's a charismatic and magnetic brother right there, man. Let me go try to soak up some game. See, most of you niggas won't do that. Like, most of these chicks ain't gonna give up their illusory power. Why? Right? Because the illusion feels good, man. An illusory sense of power is more powerful than actual power. Right? Most of y'all don't want to deal with the responsibilities of having actual power. Because that means you got to think about other than just yourself, which most of us ain't willing to do for real. Even in looking out for other people, you're being selfish. Most people don't do stuff for other people generally just to do it for other people. No matter what it is. Right. So, man, we about to get up out of here, man. I appreciate everybody coming through. You know what I'm talking about? Smash that like button. Click on the bell. You know what I'm talking about? Subscribe to the page and all that. You know? Shout out to my brother, Uncle Diggity, man. Keep blessing me with them. Try to tell Uncle Diggity, man. I'm about to put together this album, man. We're about to be working here, man. You know? Appreciate everybody coming out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all could have been anywhere in the world. But you right here with your brother, and I appreciate that, man. You know? Let's lead a gender war in 2023, man. Over here at A-Real Talk, we definitely is. Oh, don't get me wrong, man. We're going to chastise and correct when the situation needs to call for, man. But outside of that, man, we ain't on that shit, man. Who's Tiffany Henyard? Is that old girl from Georgia? Acting 14 karat crazy out there being the damn mayor. She out there acting 14 karat crazy if that's the same girl y'all talking about. Hey, man, check this is, man. Yeah, the city girl mayor, that's her raggedy ass, man. Like I said, Uncle Diggity, I'm done. I ain't saying nothing about nothing, man. I'll let these bitches drown themselves, man. I ain't about to say nothing no more, man. I'm focusing on the young brothers, man. You hear me? For real. Like I said, it was fun while it lasted, man. But, it's fun. But, it's more, like I said, we got bigger fish to fry, man. Tomorrow night, y'all know what it is, man. E&E Sports Tuesdays. Me and my brother King L's getting straight to it. Right? A lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah. Now, I'm not Georgia, but out there in Illinois, out there in Dalton, Illinois, man. raggedy ass chick out there spending up them people money and stuff, man. That's terrible. Listen, y'all. Women, y'all were not designed to be in authority over anybody but children. Do y'all see this structure right here? Y'all not designed to be bosses, CEOs, having authority over men. That is completely out of structure and order. Y'all don't know how to handle it. Not but for any reason, because you're just not designed to do it. You're not physically designed to be a boss. You weren't designed to work long hours, have authority, and be in a position of authority over a man. That is out of structure. That is out of order. You know? I know a lot of y'all don't like that too, though, man, but I don't care, man. That's what it is, man. I ain't make it like that. Take it up with the Most High. Y'all see that pyramid structure right there? Right? Think about that, man. You feel me? Tomorrow night, man, we getting straight to it, man. We got the rankings, playoffs, in the NCAA playoff rankings. We're going to talk about them old Niners and them Eagles. You hear me? We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff, man. Tap in with us tomorrow night, 8:30. You know, me and my brother King L's going to get straight to it. You know what I'm talking about? 2024, man. I should have put a poll in it. We leaving that gender war 2023, man. You know what I'm saying? These bras don't want to sit up here and address the situations and fix that shit. Because like I've been telling y'all, man, your chicks gonna have to fix that shit that's going on with y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna have to go to God and fix that amongst yourselves, man. You know, brothers, we need to focus on helping these young brothers out so they don't turn into like these sucker-ass niggas that's on YouTube and in society. If you a real nigga, you know what I'm talking about, it's your duty to put these little young niggas up on game, man. So they don't turn into the fuck niggas we see on this damn internet, man. You bitch-ass niggas, man. You know? Yeah, because for real, man, I really don't even give a damn what the chicks think for real. I don't give a damn what they think. It don't even matter for real. What really matters is what men think. Because men run shit. Now, you ain't got to like that. You don't have to like that at all, right? Whether you like it or not is irrelevant. It's true. Who run the world? Right? And it ain't girls. Fuck what Beyonce was talking about. Girls do not run the world. Men run the fucking world. Flat out. Accept it. All right? He said God can forgive a boy. I'm telling y'all right now, man, y'all want to invest in having a forgiving spirit, man, because you're going to want the Most High to forgive your ass. You did. Yeah, that boy, the foreign pretty boy, you already know what's up to my nigga, man. You coming in after ass in pause, but you know what I'm saying, man, you already know, man, you better late than never. And yeah, that whole ass shit got to shut up too. I don't even like saying that shit, bro. That shit sound corny as fuck, man. That corny ass shit gotta go. Listen, man, niggas is fuck niggas and niggas ain't, man. Just because, you know, my nigga Red said all the time, just because you a street nigga don't mean you can't be a corny and a lame. I know plenty of street niggas that's fuck niggas, man. You hear me? I was locked up with plenty of fuck niggas who was so-called street niggas. You know? Real shit, man. That whole thing right there, that man. And like I say, fellas, this is why I say we need to focus on, you know what I'm saying? We need to focus on, you know, just being men and being able to interact and coexist and do business and engage with each other, man, without taking on such feminine tactics like we collectively have been for, like, I'm going to say the past 30, 40 years, man. You know, we got to get rid of this. This and tell you something, man. My nigga Red already been kind of addressing it, but I'm going to go into a little bit more, Paul. 2000. We got to get rid of the gang culture. Right? You know, you got to get rid of the whole, that corny ass Pookie and Ray Ray educated lane bullshit. That shit is corny. It's all good for a pretty boy, man. Handle your business, brother. You feel me? We appreciate your support, man. You know? You niggas stop going back and forth with these silly ass bras, man. Most of them don't know what the hell they talking about anyway. Focus on, you know what I'm saying, dropping some game on these young brothers, man, because that's really mostly who listening to you for real, if you talking any type of thing, man. Young brothers is on the internet, man. I mean, chicks is too, though, man, but you know, we gotta focus on these young men. You feel me? Right. Super corny, man. Pookie's a very educated. I mean, and we're not saying that these ideologies or these you know, these personality types don't exist. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta learn how to coexist, and that means corny, lame niggas. Y'all gotta learn how to coexist and interact with the charismatic and magnetic niggas, man, and figure out a balance on how everybody can benefit. You hear me? Can't have you corny, lame ass niggas talking about player shit when you niggas ain't players, man. And can't have niggas who's players talking about, man, listen, man. You hear me? But it's those of us amongst us who have the ability to do both. Right? And you niggas can't be getting all in your little feminine feelings and jealous when the nigga's a charismatic, magnetic nigga, man. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn what you can do to be more like that versus being jealous of that like a bitch. You know? Like I said, arguing with bras, man. She love you as pointless. If do honest, these women live us regardless. They do, man. They do. And like I say, man, as long as we get on code amongst ourselves, the chicks ain't gonna have no choice but to fall in line, nigga. And if you corny, lame ass niggas could see that shit, maybe y'all could put some effort into not being controlled by a less. Right? You know? You niggas is so thirsty for some goddamn pussy, man. Y'all niggas is terrible, man. You know? And the chicks done figure out how to weaponize that shit against you niggas, man. Just the idea. I think Alan Roger Curry got a book called The Idea of Getting Some Sex or something like that. Rest in the essence to the homie. Right? You niggas be willing to spend your last on the thought of maybe possibly getting some box from one of these raggedy ass, regular ass bras. Not even a bad bitch, a regular bra. With another nigga's kids. Oh, you niggas is terrible, man. For real, man. We gonna get it together though, brethren. You did. I'm about to get up out of here, man. What my man Garwin says. So I guess God will just have to not forgive me since I can. Hey, man, listen here. You gotta be willing to forgive, man. You know what I mean? Because you're gonna want to be forgiven, man. You know what I'm saying? Just learn how to forgive somebody, you know what I'm talking about, and keep it moving, man. You don't want to be holding grudges and shit like that, man. That's how just make you grow old real fast, and that make them demonic entities real syncable and linkable with your ass. You did? You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? You don't want to have the unforgiving spirit. Very demonic. You feel me? Tap in, walk with us, man. You hear me? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page and all of that. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to play some more of this Butcher Boys for y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, man, Palmers and Leaves Volume 3 is the hottest shit out right now, man. You hear me? You know what I'm talking about? You know? Matter of fact, now we're going to play this right here. We're going to play this joint right here. All right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man. You did. See y'all tomorrow night, man. In these sports, man. We here, man. Stacks with the facts. Yeah. Stacks with the facts. Stacks with the facts. Immediately. The real contender. You know, we be manipulated into thinking that we're so different in our reality. The things that we allow to separate us, man, are the very same things that unite us all. What we gonna do, y'all? We all one. It's time for us to wake up. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all the losers. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all the losers. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. When I was sitting in prison, I had the illest visions. Waking up in Coast West, thought I was really tripping. I'm getting letters from Adrian saying I miss you, brother. I'm getting God-body books sent to me by my mother. It's funny how you don't realize till you get locked away. How many years you wasted just was in the way. Many you call, only a few get chosen though. The smart grid is now here, but it ain't over though. They gotta try to divide us and keep us separated. But if we all come together, we could never be Cajun. I'm trying to bring all us together, my Sistren and Bredren. Ain't no difference between us, we each other's reflection. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all illusions. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all illusions. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. UN Agenda 2030 is right in our face. Coronavirus got us all with masks on our face. We get a losing the choice from public politicians. And the black bootleg, they control our position. You know they give us our leaders, tell us to follow them. They separate and divide us because it profits them. I'm in action, resilient, plans and weaponized weather. They playing us like a hawk, and we should all know better. GMO foods, and you know they put poison in our water. The prison system take fathers away from sons and daughters. I'm trying to clear out the path that lead us from the slaughter. I don't just do it for me, I do this shit for all us. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all illusions. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. Conflict creates controversy, causes confusion. I don't believe in it all because it's all illusions. No difference between us because I am you and you are me. Everything is us and we are everything. Everything. Stacks with the facts. E&E. 2020 takeover. The real contender. Realize that we are all one. I'm a reflection of you. You are a reflection of me. We are a reflection of we.